Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now that it's getting warm outside, I think it's time we talk about sunscreen. In this video, we're going to debunk some common myths that people believe that's stopping them from using sunscreen every day. So if you're one of those people, by the end of this video, you'll have no more excuses of not using sunscreen every day. And if you're already a sunscreen user, still keep on watching because you're gonna learn so many cool tips. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Zhenia Gilday. I'm a skincare consultant specializing in skin nutrition. Myth number one is that you don't need to use sunscreen when you're staying inside. And I get so many people who either believe it or use it as an excuse not to use sunscreen. Let me know in the comments below if this is something you also believe. And let's just quickly talk about it and see, maybe, hopefully, I will change your mind. For the people who say that I don't need to use sunscreen because I'm staying inside most of my day, like my husband, I want to ask you a question. Do you ever leave your house? Do you go to a grocery store, for example? Are you going to work? Are you walking your dog? So if you answered yes to any of those activities, then you definitely need to use sunscreen every day. Just think about how much time on a daily basis people spend in their cars. I would say it's somewhere from 15 minutes to half an hour. For some people who commute, it may be even a couple of hours. Now let's talk about how much your car windows, for example, actually protect you from UV radiation. So your windshield protects you from about 97% of radiation. And your side windows block somewhere from 33 to 50% of the UVA, UVB rays. So hopefully realizing and seeing this will make you want to use sunscreen on a daily basis. Even if you're just going from your home to your car to your home, I would still recommend using sunscreen every day. If this is not convincing enough, keep on watching because I have more facts that will definitely convince you to use sunscreen every day. So myth number two, or excuse number two, why people don't use sunscreen daily is because they're getting their vitamin D. Vitamin D is super important for the body, it's good for the bones, immune system and whatnot. So everybody is really concerned about getting their vitamin D, but somehow wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, skin sensitivities, skin cancer, I guess those are minor issues. So an interesting thing that you should know about vitamin D is that too much vitamin D is actually toxic for your body. Let me repeat it. Too much vitamin D is toxic for your body. So what happens is that after about 5 to 10 minutes of sun exposure, your body stops producing vitamin D. If you're fair like me, it may take you up to 10 minutes to get your daily dose of vitamin D. But if you have a little bit more melanin in your body, if you have medium to deep skin tone, it may take you more like 20 minutes. But 20 minutes daily is all you need to get your daily dose of vitamin D. So as you can see, this myth is not a good excuse to not use your sunscreen every day. If you're still not convinced, let's talk about the myth number three. So myth number three is that you get in sunscreen from your makeup. So now let's break it down and see how much you actually get in from your makeup. So let's say you have a CC cream, this one is really popular by IT Cosmetics, that has SPF 50. A lot of people believe that if they use SPF 50, it's more than enough for their skin, and it would be if it would be a pure sunscreen. But when you're getting it from makeup, your sunscreen is mixed with other things. Makeup contains more color rather than SPF. Did you know that most of the people use less than half of recommended dose of the sunscreen? Let me explain. Here's how much you need to put on your body to get the recommended dose of sunscreen. So now let me ask you this question. If you're not even getting the full benefits of sunscreen, how can you expect to get the full benefits of sunscreen from your makeup alone? And the answer is you just can't. So you gotta use actual sunscreen. Next, I would like to talk to you about how to apply your sunscreen so you get the most benefits, and also what are the things you can do. If you want to get the most benefits from your sunscreen, here's what you do. So instead of rubbing it on your skin like this, you actually can tap or press it into your skin. When you go with that tapping or pressing motion, it deposits more sunscreen. It's kind of like packing sunscreen on your skin. When you rub your skin like this, it shears your sunscreen out, and you can accidentally also wipe it away. So again, you're not getting as thick of the layer. Other thing you can do once your sunscreen is dried up, like once it absorbs into your skin, if you're not using makeup, put another layer of sunscreen and let that absorb. But if you using makeup, I would tap my sunscreen onto my skin, let it absorb, and then I would also put makeup containing sunscreen. And actually, like the one that I showed you earlier with IT Cosmetics, a lot of people say it doesn't matter at all when you layer 2 sunscreens, you're not getting high SPF. But I will say it does matter, because although you're not getting the higher SPF, but you are getting the thicker layer. So it just ensures that none of the areas on the face were missed and everything is covered. Plus, sunscreen in your makeup matters, because let's say you can use mineral sunscreen in your skincare, and then you can use chemical sunscreen for your makeup, because most sunscreens in makeup do come in the chemical sunscreen form. Now let's quickly talk about the difference between the physical and chemical sunscreen. Physical sunscreen, it reflects the light, and then chemical sunscreen, it neutralizes the harmful effects of the radiation once it hits your skin. A lot of dermatologists nowadays recommend physical sunscreens over chemical ones, but there's pros and cons of both. So a lot of the physical sunscreens still give you the white cast. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's look at this one. That's the one I use. It's by Ren. It's a little thicker, so you literally can see that white cast on your skin. But I use makeup, so for me it doesn't really matter. But if you have a deeper skin tone, I can share other options with you, because this is gonna look super white on you. So as you can see, it does leave a white cast. However, once it absorbs, it's a little less white, but it still looks a little bit whiter than my skin. So if you have that issue, but you still want to use the mineral or physical sunscreen, which is zinc oxide or titanium dioxide, I will show you other options. For deeper skin tones, I really like Dr. Dennis Gross tinted sunscreen, and I also like chemical sunscreens because they dry completely clear on your skin. For light to medium skin tone, try the Drunk Elephant Umbra. So this one is a little bit tinted. It also gives you the beautiful glow. So for me, the problem that this one is a little darker than my skin tone. But if you put it on your face and neck, again, if you're pale, it's just gonna make you look a little bit tanner, but you gotta use it on your face and neck to look even throughout. So it's a tinted sunscreen. It's not makeup, it's minimum amount of color. Some people are confusing tinted sunscreens with tinted moisturizers, CC and BB creams. So tinted moisturizers give you more coverage, and tinted sunscreen gives you just a very minimum coverage. So I have this Yves Saint Laurent one. It's one of my favorites. It's already coming to an end, so I will have to get some more. So when you put this one on, this is a makeup product containing SPF. The other one is pure SPF with just a little bit of color. So let me put a little bit more so you can see. As you can see, this one gives you coverage. But this is not a sunscreen, it's a tinted moisturizer. Now, because sunscreens degrade in the sunlight, it's recommended that you reapply them every 2 hours. This sounds very excessive for a lot of you who don't use sunscreen at all, but that's what you have to do to completely protect your skin. Obviously, it's really hard to reapply sunscreen if you wear in makeup. So what you can do, you can buy sunscreen mist, you can spray it on top of your makeup, or you can do a sunscreen powder. Mists containing sunscreen and sunscreen powders are really great for reapplying sunscreen, but you shouldn't rely on them as your main sunscreen product. I hope this video turned you into a true believer of daily use of sunscreen. Please pass along this message to your friends. Let's make sure everybody's protected, and let's all stay healthy and youthful, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.